Hello one and all, welcome to episode 33 of the Chelsea FC Save Me Frew FM. Today we've got a new season beckoning and we've got lots of transfer business to catch you up on, a little bit of news to catch you up on as well, so let's get into it. My word boys, has there been some transfer business this summer. I have just totally overhauled the squad. As you can see there, we have got Davide Zappacosta has gone for £20 million. Never really done it for me, just a solid backup if nothing else really. Same with Emerson, but £35 million worth of players. Michy Batshuayi's finally left the club. Charlie Musonda's gone to Real Betis. Baba Rahman's gone to Mainz, £6 million. Jeremy Boga's gone to Reading for 3.8. Lewis Baker to West Ham for 3.8. Nathan's gone. Jamal Blackman's gone. Justin Kluivert's gone out on loan. Jay De Silva and a lot of other players have gone out on loan again this season. Right then, the ins. Let's get to the ins. You've probably already seen them right now, but I don't care. Let's get into them. Andrea Bellotti, bought from Torino for 49 million, potentially rising to 65. We had a lot of money to spend. We've spent some, and he's on 165k a week, but we needed somebody who's going to stick away those chances. And Andrea Bellotti looks like the man to do that. He's just fantastic. I hope that he can do what Morata couldn't last season. Then we've got Michael Schuster, who we touched on in the last episode, just a bit of a youngster. Same with Gabriel Niago, Niagoi, possibly Romanian guy from Dynamo Bucharest, has gone straight out on loan to right there he is, gone to Blackpool. Then we've brought in Emmanuel Tete Bansi, who's going to sort of be in and around the first team. He is contracted to us. He's not gone out on loan. Looks a very good prospect. Brought him in from Portsmouth. It wasn't cheap, 6.25 million, which I delegated to Matthias Sammer, my director of football, to deal with. But he looks a really good player. He's got 16 on finishing, 15 heading, 16 off the ball. It's just his passing lets him down a little bit. But if he's playing as an advanced forward, that's not going to really matter. 15 composure, 19 determination. He's driven personality. Looks really good for an 18-year-old. Then we brought in James Tarkowski. Now £8.75 million, basically to replace Gary Cahill in the squad. To bring some more English players in. I've had a go at me about his training because it's just not good enough. 50k a week, you can't argue with it really. He's a ball-playing defender, great backup. Luke Shaw we've brought in on a free from Manchester United, so that's all good. 78k a week. He's just going to provide some backup where Emerson was for Kieran Tierney. So excellent stuff. I'm pleased with the signing of Luke Shaw, even though he's a dirty Manchester United player. But you know, we live. Anthony Martial we already know about from the last episode, £25 million, I was really happy with that signing. Another one who was transfer listed was Quincy Promes. Now he's going to provide some backup for Willian as the winger on attack on the right hand side. Looks a very, very good player. Joe Wildsmith comes in as backup for Thibaut Courtois at 4.1 million. A young English goalkeeper. I thought it would be best to get an English goalkeeper in there as backup to fill out those homegrown spots in the Champions League. So yeah, that's our transfer business. I'm really happy. We got 67 million and spent 121. So that means we've got a net spend of about 54 million pounds, which it's not too bad really, is it? Little bit of Community Shield action to catch you up on. As you can see, we won it 5-2. It was a crazy game. We scored 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. Andrea Bellotti with the first, and then Mason Mount again in the second minute, who I'm going to try and keep around this season as kind of a squad player. Anthony Martial got a goal on his debut as well. Bellotti got a hat-trick on his debut, which was just amazing. And also James Tarkowski got sent off on his debut as well. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Son and Ericsson with the replies for Tottenham, but they weren't enough. We dominated the game. 5-2. Right then, so today we play the European Super Cup against Red Bull Leipzig, which means that Red Bull Leipzig must have won the Champions League. That's pretty strange, if you ask me. Yeah, that means Red Bull Leipzig have won the Champions League. Let's just have a look, shall we? Champions Cup group stage. Yeah, holders Red Bull Leipzig. That's crazy. Let's have a look at the stages and go to the last season. 2018-19. Let's have a look at the final. They beat PSG 2-0 in the final at the Wanda Metropolitano. So Leipzig are obviously no pushovers, but we should be beating them in all honesty. I think we'll give it a good go, and let's get into the game. Right then, so this is the team we're going to use to play Leipzig. Not that many changes really to what we saw last season. Obviously we've got Courtois in goal, Zuma and Delete, who I might look to implement as the new partnership, because Christensen wasn't as good as Zuma when he played last season as the new centre-back partnership. Tini and Azpilicueta as usual as the fullbacks. That midfield three, the little pizza slice, Jorginho, Kante and Fekir. Hazard as the inside forward on the left, Willian as the winger on attack on the right, and Andrea Belotti, as opposed to Alvaro Morata, up top. Let's get into it. Just a side note actually before we do get into the game, I have taken off Get Stuck In, just because I think, judging by the amount of fouls we made last season it's on the review video, the last review video that came out last Friday. But actually, we were committing a lot of fouls, and we were actually up there for the amount of fouls that we did commit. So potentially, it was breaking up the game too much. And games where it was a bit cagey, a bit tight, probably shouldn't have done that. Balls. I've selected 5 players outside of the match squad, and that means that I'm not going to be able to select them as substitutes. So lovely. Having said that, we do still have a decent selection of substitutes. It just means that we've got 3 centre backs sitting there, a right back, 3 centre backs, a right back, a central midfielder, and a winger. So no Morata on the bench. So Leipzig go with the basic 4-4-2 formation. They have Mad Max at left back, it looks like. Marco van Ginkel, actually, former Chelsea player, in the central midfield, and the dangerous Emil Forsberg on the left, with obviously very dangerous Timo Werner up front alongside Dimitri Oberlin. So looks like a decent Leipzig side, actually, and we're going to have to be on our toes. I'll passionately say, I expect you to come back with the trophy. Okay, that has not evoked a response from the players. Probably a mistake, but get a bit of faith into them, that's what they like. Get it into them. Loving it. Right, the 2 teams walk out then very slowly indeed, but it looks like a really nice stadium. I think it was in Turkey, some sports complex in Turkey. I'm not sure whose stadium it is, but it looks nice anyway. It's got corners, which is always a bonus in this game, to be honest. So, yeah. And it's 15 minutes gone. It's looking like a very cagey affair so far, but Belotti's picked up an injury and we don't have anybody on the bench as such to bring on. Martial could fill in that role if needs be, but yeah, we've got a highlight now. He's Kurt Zouma, Jorginho. I'm pretty sure that Belotti can play on with a bruised shin. Kante, lovely ball, Willian! Yes, it's 1-0. Willian picks up where he left off last season with a lovely little through ball from Kante. 1-0 to Chelsea. See, Jorginho just picked it up. Fekir got onto the ball. Kante drifted forward with it. Passed it through to Willian, who slotted it away nicely. We are starting to dominate the game now, and we've got another highlight. Now, is that somebody going to get sent off? Yes, and it's Marco van Ginkel who's been sent off. Fantastic stuff. Cheers, Van Ginkel, lad. Looks like we're approaching half-time, and we're pretty comfortable in this game. Nothing offered, really, from Leipzig on their side. So 1-0 will be the score at half-time, it looks like, and I might get Andrea Belotti off at half-time. Right, so I am going to get Belotti off. I'm going to bring Anthony Martial on up front because that's literally our only option. I suppose actually Fekir could fill in there as like a false 9 or what have you, but I'll bring Martial on, give him a chance up front, see what he can do. Alright, then we get underway for the second half as Nabil Fekir just sort of drifts with it, but the highlight ends fairly abruptly. So I just hope we don't take our foot off the gas in this second half, because they have gone down to 10 men and they get a cheeky equaliser in like the last minute or something like that. That would be disastrous, so hopefully that won't happen. But time is just ticking away, and they do have a free kick. It's Chalita, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Catrone was shoved by Kurt Zouma apparently, and you could see this happening, couldn't you? Catrone! It's saved by Courtois. He was a brilliant goalkeeper, but a traitor in real life. Corner then from Mad Max, delete nods it away. That should be that really for the highlight, I think, is Eden Hazard. Now, can we counter Willian? Willian from the right-hand side, knocks it in, there's Kante, but it's knocked away. Mad Max gets it away to Jean-Kevin Augustin. Augustin now, Catrone, the highlight's still going, and I'm a bit concerned here. Campbell, Catrone, working that channel. Augustin, Fekir bashes it away, and we're safe. We've got a corner. Willian now, edge of the box for Kante, and Anthony Martial has got himself another goal. He scored in the win over Tottenham as well in the Community Shield, which was really good, and he's got himself another goal, putting his name forward to be starting games, because Eden Hazard hasn't done anything again. Edge of the box for Kante. It was a bit fortunate how we came to him, but he finished it off nicely. So another highlight straight after the goal from Martial, and Leipzig come forward with it now. Left hand side for Jean-Kevin Augustin. Now for Lucas Klosterman. Augustin. Mad Max on the left hand side. Augustin. Catrone. No, and Courtois just picks that up. Very strange highlight, this one actually. Courtois with a long kick upfield. Campbell now. A bit of sustained possession here for Leipzig actually. And we're going to have to again be on our toes. Catrone, back post, Sabitzer, and it's 2-1. The game's not over yet. Catroni with a lovely left-footed cross there for Marcel Sabitzer at the back post. So he Klosterman sprays it out to Augustin. The space, we might have to turn off, close down more because it's not going to be working now. Sabitzer just nodded in at the back post. We are just going to make some tactical tweaks. I'm going to tell them to stop doing this, and stop closing down so much. Go for a cheeky normal defensive line as well. 80 minutes then, and you know, we're not home and hosed yet. We're going to take Fekir off for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, as again he's one of the only options that we do have. And Eden Hazard's going to come off. No, he isn't, because we don't have anybody to bring on. But yeah, we should see the game out now. We do have another highlight right before the end. I'm a bit worried that Leipzig might counter from this, but Kante, who's got 2 assists already, threads it through. Willian! Yvonne and Vogo got across to tip it wide. Corner now for Chelsea, as Jorginho, the number 6, gives it to Willian. Loftus-Cheek on the edge. Hazard, what can he do? Martial, back post, headed away. Loftus-Cheek again now. Just keep the ball, boys. We don't need to do anything silly. Kante, Willian. Kante again. Jorginho. Kante's in some space, drifts wide, and Vogo just picks off that cross from N'Golo Kante. As time ticks away, and it's looking like 94 minutes is coming up very quickly, and we will have won another trophy, another European trophy. It's looking like, although I don't want to speak too soon, as Kurt Zouma mops up. Tini lays it back to Courtois for him to just spread out to Azpilicueta. We should be able to keep the ball now that they've got 10 men. Kante for Willian. And it's all over. 2-1 to Chelsea. We've won yet another trophy. It's been a trophy-laden couple of seasons so far. We've already got 2 trophies already, so I wonder what the news article will be about doing like a quintuple now. I'm happy with the performances, boys. Enjoy it. It's not that important a trophy. The board didn't value it at all, but it's quite nice to win. So he's actually saying we've celebrated a double, which I think we have. Andrea Belotti is injured just for 1 to 3 days. Couldn't continue his good form, unfortunately. We dominated the game. We've lifted the European Super Cup, received 3.56 million. We celebrated some success. Kante drives us forward with 2 fantastic assists. The number of chances created was excellent. Thank you, Kante. It was the Yonu Sport Complexi, which belongs to... Besiktas, it looks like. Yeah, it belongs to Besiktas. So a very nice episode there for us to start the season with a 2-1 win. We've won 2 trophies in about 3 days, I think it was. So let's just have a look when they were, and right. So a very nice way for us to start the season, really. 2 trophies in 3 days. Can't say fairer than that, really. Anthony Martial getting himself among the goals early in his Chelsea career, which is nice. Coming up, we have a few Premier League games, which I'm not going to play on camera because we've seen it all before. We've won the league now. We're just going to focus on the Champions League heavily this year and see if we can win that competition, give it a fair crack of the whip. And I'll keep you updated on the Champions League group stage draw. Our first game of the season is against Southampton at home, who beat us actually towards the end of the season, and we didn't actually manage to beat them last season, so we're going to have to get revenge. So that does bring us to the end of the episode, and it's been quite a nice uplifting episode in all honesty, hasn't it, really? 2 wins under the belt at the start of the season. Excellent stuff. So if you could drop me a like, comment or subscribe, I would be most humbled. Thank you very much for watching now. Bye!